Hey everyone! Welcome back to another video. It's another day, another vlog, and another opportunity for us to learn from each other and try to live our best life and be our best self. For today, I will be showing you how I set up my 2021 bullet journal. I got this one from the Kind Fed last year and I thought of letting it sit and wait till this year so that I won't buy another planner. This is a dotted notebook with quotes and weekly review or reflection, but also perfect as a bullet journal because of its dotted pages. The first thing that I always do is make a layout of how I want my pages to look like using a pencil. This is one of the reasons why I love to DIY a bullet journal than buy a pre-made planner because I'm free to do anything that I want with it. I am not a pro, and I admit that I'm not that artistic, but I've been doing this for years already. That's why I'm comfortable with doing it myself. I also uploaded a few videos before about my planners and journals, and I'll be putting the links below so you guys can check them out as well. This is my yearly spread or my year at a glance page. It's just like a small 2021 calendar, and I don't usually do this, but this year, I thought I'd give it a try. I didn't really expect it to be this fun, but while doing this spread, I realized that there are so many days in a year, and that means there are plenty of chances for us to live, to learn, and to improve. It's actually refreshing to do this, especially at the start of the year. It honestly made me look forward to whatever this year has in store for me. For my goals page, I placed 5 categories below: personal, health, social or relationships, financial, and career. For the design, I like to keep it simple and I just play around with colors. I don't really care about crooked lines or if it won't turn out beautifully because after spending years journaling, I learned that it's really not about how it looks like, but more on how genuine the content is or what's written on it. I want to keep it real, and the messiness just shows how imperfect I am. On the top part, I just list my 2021 goals. I like listing down as many as I want, but I always make sure that they are attainable goals for the year. Then I categorize them below according to which category they belong. On the next page, I wrote things that make me happy and the things I'm grateful for. I just really love listing down these things so I can have something to look at when things get rough along the way. Here, I'll put the things I'm about to discover this year and also the lessons I'll learn along the way. I started listing the things I randomly discovered last 2019 when I was still living on my own back in Manila. That was the year I really got to know myself better. These are just simple things that occurred to me randomly, my new self-discoveries that really, little ones, but I wanted to remember them, so I just list them and remember them. The next page is the opening page for the month of January. Instead of writing and designing using colored markers, I decided to use my magazine cutouts to spell the word January. There are letters that are lacking. So now, as you see, I couldn't find a letter J for January. So what I did was I used an inverted letter T as a J. I love how this part tested my creativity even in this simple way. Now, time for my January spread. This is how I usually do it monthly. 18-year-old Thea would cringe at how crooked the lines are, how imperfect the boxes are, but we're over that now. I'm just satisfied with what I can do and I just love being free and creative. On the left side, I'll put my notes. These are just little reminders so I won't forget about them while planning for my weekly spread. My monthly focal point for this month is energy and vitality, so I'm putting the word energy here for me to be reminded that my entire month's activities will be dedicated to cultivating my inner energy to start my entire 2021 right. That includes setting new goals and establishing new habits that I will bring with me throughout the year. The next part of the setup is my weekly spread, but since I got used to time blocking ever since I started it back in November, I decided to bring the habit with me and use it for my weekly spread. So I just put the time of the day here from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., put separators, and then write the days on top. Here's how my first week looked like. I also want to let you guys see the pre-made pages that came with this journal. It's this weekly review or the weekly reflection page. This is where I track my habits, my goals, and tasks for the week. I love how at the end of every week, I will always be reminded to pause and reflect on the things that happened during that week and write about them. So that's it for now for my 2021 bullet journal. However, I freely allow myself to change and add more things on it along the way, like my current playlist or the movies that I'm into or the series or the TV shows that I'm into. So it really just depends on me. I think that's the beauty of doing it yourself. That's why I prefer bullet journaling than planners, but it really just depends on you. If you're still starting out, you can opt for planners with pre-made pages, spreads, and prompts. I started with the cute, colorful ones, and that's how I started embracing the system. But then I shifted to bullet journaling, and I felt even more comfortable with it. I just love bringing my small dotted journal with me most of the time, and then I can just write anything on it, especially when I'm inspired or if there are new ideas that come to mind. Since we're already here, I think this is also the perfect time for me to share my 2021 resolutions to you. Last year was a tough year and so many dreams were crushed, including mine, but this year I started it with less expectations but more hopes for whatever is in store for me. I will focus on my personal growth and development, and I'll continuously work on realigning my passion with my purpose. That's why my first resolution is to be intentional. When making my decisions, when planning for my next move, and in everything that I do, I just really want to prioritize what truly matters to me. I believe this is how I can take control of my life. I'm looking forward to doing more things because I just love doing them, that I am passionate about doing them, not because someone else told me to. I also believe that this is how I can slowly figure things out, by always going back to my why. My second resolution is to be present. I want to keep on living in the moment. I want to be aware of what I'm feeling, when I'm feeling it, what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, and for my body and mind to stay connected. For me to just not worry about what's going to happen next. The thing about me is that I overthink a lot. But since the pandemic started, I had plenty of time in my hands and everything's uncertain. But that was when I learned to slow things down and take my time. So I now enjoy working on things and not worrying about my mind going elsewhere. I admit it's super challenging, and up until now, I'm still adjusting to the new normal, but I know that everything will be okay if I'll practice mindfulness and intentional living this 2021. Well, I guess that's it for my resolutions. I only have two actually, since the world is already complicated. I didn't want to complicate things more by setting plenty of resolutions and pressuring myself to make them all happen this year. So I'll just continuously hope and pray that the world will heal soon, and I hope that you're all doing great. I hope that everything's fine on your end. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys again soon. I made an entire podcast episode on Tea and Tequila Talks about my tips on how to start journaling. And then I will also be putting the episode link below, so I hope you guys can also check that out. I hope you started your year right. Here's to a better and brighter 2021. Cheers!